We have the data in front of us here. And for Biden to say, well, he's leading Trump in 5 polls. No, actually, he's losing to Trump in the last 19 out of 20 polls. So the American people, I think, are really sick and tired of being lied to by this president. And, you know, it's one thing to accept spin when the country is doing well, but it's another thing to just hear lies when their day-to-day lived experience is absolute catastrophe under this president.
Well, we just heard him a moment ago. Mahak, President Biden says that he's beating former President Trump in 5 polls. He doesn't mention which polls, but let's hear it right from the horse's mouth. Shall we watch?
Mr. President, what's your message to Democrats who are concerned about your poll numbers?
My poll numbers, the last 5 polls you guys don't report, I'm winning 5 in a row. You guys only look at the New York Times. They're a great paper.
Adam.
Yeah, so I actually did a little fact checking, and I went to 538, which tracks every poll out there. There have been 7 polls in the past 7 days. 2 of them, Biden has won by 1% in each case. 4 of them, Trump has won by an average of 7%. 1 was a tie. So what he said is factually incorrect.
Yeah, I was like Monica said. Yeah. I mean, come on. A new Axios report says Biden plans to shift his political strategy now to, quote, go for Donald Trump's jugular. Mahek, your reaction?
I mean, bring it on. That's what President Trump would say. He's continued to win against his political opponents, whether it's in court or at the polls. So I think President Trump needs to say, bring it on, and continue beating Joe Biden on every single policy. We're seeing it from border security to national security to the economy. This is the time for the president to say, deck is clear, bring it on.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just the fact that that's what he's focused on instead of being focused on American citizens. I mean, we just had John Shell on, the chief of patrol at the NYPD. He's dealing with massive gangs and crime, new wave of crime, he called it, migrant crime. And instead of talking directly to the American people during this campaign, he's talking about going for Trump's jugular.
Yeah, because he can't talk about his record. He can't address these issues because all of this destruction is by design. It's intentional. Otherwise, we would have seen a course correction from Joe Biden over the last 3+ years, and he hasn't lifted a finger to change policy in any direction. So he can't talk about it. Because the record is clear, so he's got to weaponize fear for the American people, trying to claim that Donald Trump is going to be some type of dictator. We've seen Trump as president once before. We know what he can deliver: a booming economy, enforced border, and world peace. He will do it again in a second term. So the fear tactics and the smearing of Trump are not going to work. The lawfare, on the other hand, they're still pressing that.
Yeah, they sure are. But Trump will likely lock up this nomination within the week. Now that we know Haley is stepping down and the Senate is changing, we know that Senate leadership is changing as well. Mitch McConnell's leadership position up for grabs in the Senate.